Before you scroll, imagine this. You are in the middle of a dark ocean. No land, no help, just endless water around you. Suddenly, the wind begins to rise. The calm sea turns violent. The waves grow taller and the sky becomes darker. This is exactly what happened one night to the disciples of Jesus. They were crossing the sea in a small wooden boat. Many of them were experienced fishermen. They had faced storms before, but this storm was different. The wind screamed across the water. Waves crashed into the boat. Rain poured from the sky. Water began filling the boat faster than they could throw it out. The disciples started to panic. Their hands were shaking, their hearts were racing. Some of them thought this might be their last night alive. But something strange was happening in the middle of all this chaos. At the back of the boat, Jesus was sleeping. Yes, while the storm tried to destroy them, Jesus was peacefully asleep. Finally, the disciples couldn't take it anymore. They rushed to him. "Master, Master, don't you care if we drown?"
Jesus slowly opened his eyes. He stood up in the boat. The wind was still raging. The waves were still crashing. Lightning tore across the sky. The disciples looked at him with fear and desperation. Then Jesus looked at the sea. He raised his hand, and in a calm voice, he spoke 3 words. "Peace, be still." For a moment, nothing happened. The wind still howled. The sea still roared. But then suddenly, something incredible happened. The wind began to slow down. The waves dropped. The rain stopped. Within seconds, the violent storm disappeared. The ocean became completely calm, like glass. The same sea that looked ready to destroy them was now perfectly peaceful. The disciples were speechless. They stared at the water. Then they stared at Jesus. And Jesus asked them a question. "Why are you afraid? Do you still have no faith?" The disciples looked at each other in shock. They whispered among themselves, "Who is this man? Even the wind and the waves obey him." But this story is not only about a storm. It's about something deeper. Because every person watching this video has faced storms in life. Storms of fear, storms of pain, storms of uncertainty. Sometimes life feels exactly like that boat. Problems come from every direction, and it feels like everything is falling apart. In those moments, it can feel like God is silent, like He is sleeping, like He doesn't see your struggle. But this story reminds us of something powerful. Jesus was in the boat the entire time. The storm looked powerful, but it was never stronger than Him. And the same is true in your life. The storm you are facing today is not stronger than God. All it takes is one word from Him: peace. And everything can change. So if you believe that God can calm the storms in your life, type Amen in the comments. And remember, the same Jesus who calmed the sea is still in your boat today.